What if I told you that two simple ingredients quietly sitting in your kitchen pantry, salt and lemons, hold the power to transform your home and even your life? It might sound like something out of a fairy tale or an old wives' tale. But this ancient practice has been revered by cultures across the globe for centuries. And here's the thing, it's not just about tradition. There's real, tangible magic in the way these humble ingredients work together to cleanse, refresh, and balance. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. You walk into a room that feels heavy, like the air is thick with stress and stagnation. Now, imagine stepping into that same room after a simple ritual with salt and lemons. The atmosphere is different. It feels lighter, brighter, and somehow alive. This isn't a coincidence. It's the work of two of nature's simplest yet most powerful elements. Think about it, when life gets overwhelming, we often look for big, complicated solutions. We turn to expensive gadgets, therapies, or hours spent scrolling for answers. But what if the solution to a more balanced, peaceful life was as simple as a pinch of salt and a slice of lemon? These two ingredients, as unassuming as they seem, have been celebrated for their ability to purify and uplift. Salt has long symbolized protection and cleansing, while lemons bring freshness and renewal. Together, they don't just clean your physical space, they reset the energy, creating an environment that feels like a breath of fresh air. And this isn't just about tradition or folklore, it's about mindfulness and intention. By placing salt and lemons in the corners of your home, you're not just performing a ritual, you're making a conscious choice to care for your space and, in turn, yourself. But here's where it gets really interesting. This practice isn't complicated, expensive, or time-consuming. Anyone can do it, regardless of their beliefs or lifestyle. And yet, the effects can be profound. A simple act, a small effort, can bring a renewed sense of clarity, calm, and connection to your everyday life. In this video, we'll unravel the secrets behind this age-old practice, exploring its roots, its spiritual and scientific foundations, and, most importantly, how you can use it to bring harmony to your own home. You'll learn how a simple bowl of salt and a fresh lemon can turn the corners of your living space into powerful tools for transformation. Are you curious yet? I know I was when I first heard about it. And like you, I wondered, could something this simple actually make a difference? Trust me, the answers might surprise you. So, whether you're dealing with stress, feeling stuck, or just looking for a way to breathe new life into your space, you're in the right place. Let's embark on this journey together and discover how salt and lemons, two of the simplest things in your kitchen, can create extraordinary change. Stay with me, because this is just the beginning. Salt and lemons are far more than everyday kitchen staples. They embody a rich tapestry of symbolism and utility that transcends cultures and eras. Their enduring presence in rituals, beliefs, and traditions reveals their profound significance. When used with intention, these humble elements hold the potential to transform not only your physical space but also the emotional and energetic climate of your home. If we begin to look beyond their commonplace uses, salt and lemons emerge as timeless allies in the pursuit of clarity, balance, and harmony. Salt, often overlooked in its simplicity, carries a legacy as old as humanity itself. It is more than a seasoning, it is a universal symbol of purity and preservation. Across centuries and civilizations, salt has been revered as a substance that protects and sanctifies. In ancient Rome, It was so valuable that soldiers were paid in salt, giving rise to the word salary. Its ability to preserve food in times long before refrigeration turned it into a life-saving commodity. A role that naturally extended into the spiritual realm. In many cultures, salt is believed to repel negative energy and ward off misfortune. In Japanese sumo wrestling, for instance, salt is scattered across the ring before matches, purifying the space and banishing harmful spirits. This practice is rooted in Shinto beliefs, where salt embodies a sacred cleansing force. Similarly, in Western traditions, tossing a pinch of salt over one's shoulder is thought to avert bad luck, a small yet powerful act of protection. In some households, bowls of salt are placed near entryways to absorb negativity and prevent it from entering the home. These rituals may seem quaint in our modern context, but their resonance lies in a collective understanding. Salt is a purifier, a guardian, and a cleanser of both the tangible and the intangible. Lemons, in contrast, bring an element of brightness and renewal. With their vibrant yellow color and refreshing scent, lemons are like a burst of sunshine in physical form. Their tangy sharpness has an invigorating quality, one that symbolizes cutting through stagnation and welcoming new beginnings. Lemons have long been associated with positivity and vitality, both in their practical uses and their spiritual significance. In Feng Shui, the ancient Chinese practice of harmonizing environments, lemons are considered powerful agents for clearing blocked energy. Their acidity is more than a physical characteristic, it represents a metaphysical ability to cleanse and refresh. In some traditions, lemons are sliced and placed in water to absorb and neutralize negativity. A simple act that transforms the energy of an entire space. Their fresh aroma has an uplifting effect on the mind, making them a natural choice for creating an atmosphere of clarity and focus. Lemons remind us that renewal is always possible, and even the smallest gestures can open the door to transformation. When salt and lemons come together, their individual strengths combine to create something even greater. This dynamic duo amplifies the effects of cleansing and purification. Salt's grounding and absorbing properties work in tandem with lemons' renewing and revitalizing energy, creating a powerful synergy. Placed in the corners of your home, they become a silent team working tirelessly to absorb negativity, refresh the air, and restore balance. The philosophy behind this practice is rooted in the flow of energy. Imagine energy moving through your home like water, in spaces that are well maintained and filled with light. This energy flows smoothly, bringing vitality and harmony. But in neglected corners or cluttered areas, energy can stagnate. Just as water becomes still and murky when trapped in a pool, these stagnant areas can hold on to negative emotions, unresolved conflicts, or even the stress of daily life. Placing salt and lemons in these corners creates a kind of energetic filtration system. The salt acts as an absorber, drawing in and neutralizing the negativity that has gathered over time. Meanwhile, the lemon slices act as a refreshing agent, breaking through the heaviness and inviting positive energy to flow freely once again. This practice is as much about the symbolism as it is about the tangible benefits. By physically placing these elements in your home, you are setting an intention to cleanse and renew your space. It's a simple yet profound act that reminds you of the power of mindfulness and care. The beauty of this ritual lies in its accessibility. There's no need for elaborate ceremonies or expensive tools. The ingredients are already within reach, and the process is intuitive. Yet, despite its simplicity, the practice is deeply rooted in a shared human understanding of the need for balance and renewal. When you place salt and lemons in your home, You're participating in a tradition that has been passed down through generations, a tradition that acknowledges the interconnectedness of our physical and energetic worlds. This practice is not limited to any one belief system. It crosses boundaries, resonating with people from different walks of life. Whether you view it through a spiritual lens, a cultural context, or a purely practical perspective, the act of using salt and lemons to cleanse and refresh your space is universal. It is a gentle reminder that our surroundings influence our well-being, and caring for them is an act of self-care. As you place these elements in your home, take a moment to reflect on their symbolism. Think of the salt as a shield, protecting and purifying. Imagine the lemons as beacons of light, cutting through darkness and inviting clarity. Together, they are more than objects, they are symbols of your intention to create a space filled with positivity and peace. The power of salt and lemons lies not only in their physical properties but in the ritual itself. Engaging in this practice connects you to a long lineage of individuals who have sought to create harmony in their spaces. It is a reminder that even in the complexity of modern life, simple, natural elements can still ground us and guide us toward balance. Salt and lemons may be small, but their impact is profound, offering a pathway to a lighter, clearer, and more peaceful home. Now that you've seen the profound significance of salt and lemons, it's time to embrace their transformative power in your own home. This isn't just about following a set of steps, it's about creating a ritual, a mindful practice that connects you to your space and sets the tone for harmony and renewal. The beauty of this ritual lies in its simplicity. Yet the impact it can have on your environment and your well-being is nothing short of remarkable. Let's walk through this together, step by step, with the care and intention it deserves. Start by gathering your materials. You'll need coarse sea salt, fresh lemons, and small bowls or plates to hold them. The salt should be as natural and unprocessed as possible, maintaining its earthy purity. Choose lemons that feel vibrant and full of life, firm to the touch, with a bright yellow hue that speaks of vitality. These are not just ingredients, they are symbols of the energy you're inviting into your home. Before you begin, take a moment to prepare your space. Clean the corners of the room where you'll place the salt and lemons. Sweep away the dust, vacuum, or mop if needed. This is more than just physical cleaning, it's an act of clearing the stage, making room for fresh, positive energy to flow freely. Think of it as creating a blank canvas, a space ready to welcome something new and nurturing. Now, it's time to prepare the lemons. With a sharp knife, carefully slice each lemon in half. As you cut through the fruit, imagine it opening up to release its vibrant energy, its natural zest ready to fill your space with freshness and renewal. Place each half on a small bowl or plate. Cut side up. This simple action feels almost ceremonial, as if you're unlocking the lemon's potential to purify and revitalize. Once the lemons are in place, sprinkle a generous amount of sea salt over the exposed surface. Watch as the salt clings to the lemon's pulp, forming a beautiful, natural barrier. The salt amplifies the lemon's cleansing power, and together they create a harmonious blend of protection and renewal. As you do this, you might feel a quiet sense of purpose, a connection to the generations before you who have performed similar rituals with care and intention. Now comes the placement. Identify the corners of the rooms where energy feels stagnant or heavy. These are often areas that are neglected in our day-to-day routines, corners that collect dust, clutter, or simply feel forgotten. Common spots include the corners of your bedroom, living room, or near doorways where energy flows in and out. Place the bowls gently, as if you're planting seeds of positivity. Take a moment to set an intention as you position each bowl. This doesn't have to be elaborate, it can be as simple as a quiet wish. You might say to yourself, "May this space be filled with light and positivity." Or, "I release all that no longer serves me and welcome peace." These words are not just affirmations, they're an energy you're infusing into the ritual. A reminder of the purpose behind your actions. Over the next few days, the salt and lemons will begin their work. You might not notice immediate changes, but trust the process. Check on them periodically. You may see the lemons start to shrivel or the salt clumping together. These are signs that the ritual is doing its job, absorbing the negativity that once lingered in your space. It's a visual testament to the transformative power of these natural elements. After 2 to 3 days, it's time to replace the lemons and salt. Discard the used materials with gratitude for the work they've done. If possible, dispose of them outside your home, symbolically carrying the absorbed negativity away. Then, repeat the process with fresh lemons and salt if you feel the need to continue. This cycle of cleansing and renewal is as much about the act itself as it is about creating a rhythm, a reminder that care for your space is an ongoing journey. If you want to align the ritual with deeper intentions, consider timing it with the cycles of the moon. Performing this practice during a new moon or the start of a new season adds a layer of symbolism, amplifying its effects. These natural cycles represent fresh beginnings, making them a perfect backdrop for your cleansing ritual. Throughout this process, remember that the act of placing salt and lemons is more than just a physical task. It's a moment to pause, reflect, and connect with your space. The lemons and salt become symbols of your care and attention. A reminder that your home is not just a place you live, it's an extension of your energy, your emotions, and your intentions. This ritual is powerful because of its simplicity. It doesn't require special skills or equipment, just a willingness to engage with your space in a mindful way. As you carry out each step, you're not just purifying your environment, you're also creating a sanctuary for yourself, a place where you can breathe deeply, feel grounded, and embrace clarity. In the end, this isn't just about lemons and salt. It's about what they represent, the power of small, intentional actions to create meaningful change. As you look around your home after completing the ritual, notice the subtle shifts. Maybe the air feels lighter, or the room feels more inviting. Perhaps you feel calmer, more in tune with yourself and your surroundings. Whatever the result, know that this is a practice you can return to whenever you feel the need for balance and renewal. It's a gift you give not only to your home but to yourself. While the ritual of using salt and lemons may seem steeped in ancient traditions and symbolism, there's a fascinating layer of science that grounds its effectiveness. These natural elements aren't just spiritual tools, they possess physical and psychological properties that can genuinely transform the environment around you. By understanding the science behind their magic, you can appreciate how this simple ritual bridges the gap between tradition and tangible impact. Salt, often referred to as nature's purifier, holds a unique ability to absorb moisture from the air. Scientifically, this is known as its hygroscopic property, meaning it attracts and traps water molecules. In the practical sense, this ability makes salt an excellent agent for reducing humidity, especially in those neglected corners of your home where dampness tends to linger. High humidity isn't just uncomfortable, it can also lead to mold and mildew growth, which creates an unhealthy environment. By placing salt in these areas, You're not only symbolically neutralizing negativity but physically improving air quality and preventing the spread of harmful microorganisms. Salt's physical cleansing power beautifully complements its role in absorbing negative energy, creating an atmosphere that feels lighter and healthier. Lemons, with their vibrant acidity, bring another layer of cleansing to this practice. Their natural acidic properties make them powerful disinfectants, capable of breaking down grease, grime, and bacteria on a molecular level. This isn't just folklore. The citric acid in lemons is a proven antimicrobial agent. When you place lemons in your home, they don't just sit passively. Their acidity actively works to purify the air and surfaces around them, reducing harmful bacteria that might otherwise linger. Additionally, they're unmistakable citrus scent has a psychological impact that science thoughts. The aroma of lemons stimulates the brain, triggering the release of serotonin, which is associated with feelings of happiness and calm. This fresh, clean smell is more than a sensory pleasure. It promotes mental clarity, reduces stress, and enhances your overall sense of well-being. When combined, the properties of salt and lemons create a dynamic duo that doesn't just cleanse on a symbolic level but on a scientific one as well. Imagine the salt absorbing moisture and airborne impurities while the lemon slices release their fresh scent and antimicrobial power. Together, they create a multifaceted approach to refreshing your home, making it a space that supports your health and peace of mind. It's a harmony of elements that works both energetically and practically, reinforcing the effectiveness of this time-honored ritual. Beyond the physical properties of salt and lemons, there's an equally important psychological dimension to consider. Rituals like this, even when simple, have profound effects on our mental and emotional states. Science tells us that engaging in purposeful, intentional actions, especially those that involve caring for our personal space, can significantly improve mental well-being. These rituals offer a sense of control in a chaotic world, grounding us and reminding us that even small acts can make a big difference. When you clean a space, prepare the lemons and salt, and place them with care, you're not just tidying your home, you're creating a moment of mindfulness. This act allows you to pause, breathe, and focus on something simple yet meaningful. It's no surprise that studies have shown how cleaning and organizing can reduce anxiety and elevate mood. These activities provide a fresh start, both physically and emotionally, giving you a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. Additionally, rituals like placing salt and lemons have a symbolic resonance that amplifies their psychological effects. The act of discarding the used lemons and salt after a few days can feel like shedding old burdens. It's a tangible way to release what no longer serves you, making room for fresh energy and possibilities. This process taps into a universal human need for renewal, a way to cleanse not just our spaces but our minds and spirits. There's also an undeniable connection between our environments and our emotions. A cluttered, stagnant space can mirror internal feelings of stress and overwhelm, while a clean, refreshed home fosters a sense of calm and focus. By incorporating salt and lemons into your space, you're addressing both the physical and emotional aspects of your environment. It's a holistic approach that aligns with modern psychology's emphasis on the interplay between surroundings and mental health. Even the sensory experience of this ritual plays a role. The rough texture of the salt as you sprinkle it, the bright zest of the lemon as you slice into it, and the fresh aroma that fills the air, these tactile and olfactory elements ground you in the present moment. They engage your senses in a way that brings you closer to the here and now, an experience often associated with mindfulness practices. In this way, The ritual of salt and lemons becomes not just a tool for cleansing your home but a method for reconnecting with yourself. What's particularly beautiful about this practice is that it doesn't require you to fully understand or believe in its spiritual roots to benefit from its effects. Even if you approach it from a purely scientific or psychological perspective, the results are undeniable. You're reducing humidity, purifying the air, and creating an environment that supports mental clarity and emotional balance. At the same time, you're engaging in a practice that encourages reflection, intention, and care. As you step back and observe the ritual's impact, you might notice subtle yet profound shifts. Perhaps the air feels fresher, your space seems lighter, or you experience a newfound sense of peace. These changes aren't just the result of the physical properties of salt and lemons, they're a reflection of the intentional energy you've brought to your home. Science and tradition meet in this practice, proving that the simplest acts can have the most meaningful results. Salt and lemons remind us that our connection to the natural world is both practical and profound. Their physical properties work hand in hand with their symbolic significance to create a ritual that is as effective as it is meaningful. By understanding the science behind their magic, we can fully appreciate the layers of benefit they bring to our lives, making this practice a powerful tool for anyone seeking balance, renewal, and harmony in their home. Sarah was like so many of us, caught in the whirlwind of life, juggling responsibilities while trying to keep her home a place of comfort and refuge. As a mother of 2 young children, her days were filled with constant activity, noise, and the seemingly endless task of maintaining balance. Yet, no matter how clean or organized her house appeared on the surface, something felt off. There was a heaviness in the air, an invisible weight that made her space feel less like a home and more like a collection of rooms. She couldn't quite put her finger on it. The clutter was under control, the surfaces gleamed, and yet the atmosphere was far from inviting. The unease was subtle but persistent, manifesting in sleepless nights, moments of irritability, and an overall sense that her family's energy was out of sync. It was as though the walls themselves were holding on to the stress of their busy lives, reflecting it back at them. Desperate for a change but unsure of where to begin, Sarah stumbled across the idea of placing salt and lemons in the corners of her home. At first, she was skeptical. Could something so simple really make a difference? But the beauty of the ritual was its accessibility. It didn't require expensive tools or a major time commitment, just 2 ingredients she already had in her kitchen and a willingness to try. One quiet evening after her children had gone to bed, Sarah decided to give it a shot. She gathered her supplies, fresh lemons, a container of coarse sea salt, and a few small bowls from her cupboard. The act of setting up the ritual felt oddly soothing. She started in the living room, slicing the lemons and arranging them on the bowls with care. As she sprinkled the salt over the exposed surfaces, she allowed herself to focus on the process, setting an intention for her home. Let this space be filled with peace, she whispered to herself, placing the bowls in each corner. The simple act of saying those words felt like a release, as though she were letting go of the tension she had been carrying. Moving to her bedroom, she repeated the process, taking a moment in each corner to breathe and be present. For the first time in weeks, she felt a glimmer of hope, a sense that she was taking control in a way that cleaning and organizing never quite achieved. When she finished, the house was quiet, the lemons in place, their vibrant yellow a striking contrast against the salt. She stood for a moment, surveying her work, and felt a faint but undeniable shift, like a deep breath she hadn't realized she was holding. The changes weren't immediate, but they were noticeable. By the next day, Sarah felt a subtle lightness in the air, as though the invisible weight that had plagued her home was beginning to lift. Her sleep that night was deeper and more restful than it had been in months. Over the following days, she observed small but significant differences. Her children, who often bickered over trivial matters, seemed calmer, their laughter filling the house more frequently. Even the family dog, who had a habit of pacing nervously, spent more time curled up contentedly in his favorite spot. Sarah was fascinated. She found herself drawn to the corners where the bowls of salted lemons sat, as though they had become small sanctuaries within her home. Each time she passed by, she felt a quiet sense of reassurance, a reminder that she was actively nurturing the energy of her space. At the end of the third day, she discarded the used lemons and salt, thanking them for their work, and replaced them with fresh ones. The ritual became a monthly practice, a rhythm that aligned with her desire for balance and renewal. Over time, Sarah's home transformed into the sanctuary she had always wanted it to be. It wasn't just the physical space that changed, it was the energy within it. The way her family interacted and connected. Friends who visited remarked on how welcoming and peaceful the house felt, even though Sarah hadn't made any major changes to the decor or layout. The difference was intangible but undeniable, a testament to the power of mindful care for one's environment. This story is a reminder that transformation doesn't always require grand gestures. Often, it's the small, intentional acts that create the most profound shifts. By placing salt and lemons in her home, Sarah not only cleansed her space but also reconnected with it on a deeper level. The ritual became a way to honor her home as a living, breathing part of her family's life, a space that deserved as much care and attention as the people within it. What makes Sarah's experience so inspiring is its relatability. We've all felt that inexplicable heaviness in our spaces at some point. That sense that no amount of cleaning or redecorating can fix what feels off. Her story shows us that the solution doesn't have to be complicated. It's about creating a ritual that brings intention and care into your home, allowing you to reset the energy and foster a sense of harmony. Sarah's journey is proof that when we nurture our spaces, they nurture us in return. Her home became more than just a shelter, it became a reflection of the peace and love she wanted for her family. And it all started with a bowl of salt and a slice of lemon. Two simple ingredients that carry the power to transform not only a house but the lives lived within it. Sarah's story, and the ritual that transformed her home, serves as a poignant reminder that the simplest actions often hold the most profound potential for change. When we take a moment to step back and truly care for our surroundings, we're doing much more than tidying up, we're tending to the unseen connections between our physical environment and our inner world. In this, the ritual of salt and lemons becomes more than a household task, it becomes a pathway to clarity, balance, and intentional living. What this ritual truly highlights is the powerful link between the spaces we inhabit and the emotions we carry. Our homes are reflections of ourselves. They hold our joys, our stresses, and even the unspoken burdens we carry. When our spaces feel heavy or stagnant, it's often because they mirror what we're experiencing internally. By cleansing and refreshing these spaces, we're giving ourselves permission to release those burdens and start anew. The act of placing salt and lemons in the corners of a room might seem small, but its effects ripple far beyond the physical space. It's a gesture of self-care that reminds us that we deserve to live in harmony with our environment and within ourselves. This practice also teaches us the importance of mindfulness. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to overlook the significance of our surroundings. We become so focused on what's next, our tasks, responsibilities, and endless to-do lists, that we forget the energy of the space we move through every day. The ritual of salt and lemons is an invitation to pause, to become present, and to engage with our environment in a meaningful way. It encourages us to slow down, set intentions, and reconnect with the spaces that hold our lives. In a world that often glorifies complexity and busyness, the simplicity of this ritual is its greatest strength. It reminds us that we don't need extravagant tools or elaborate methods to create meaningful change. A handful of salt and a few slices of lemon are enough to transform not just a room, but how we feel within it. There's something deeply empowering about realizing that we already have what we need to foster peace and balance. This is not just about the physical act of cleansing a space, it's about acknowledging our agency and recognizing that even the smallest actions can make a big difference. Through this practice, we also gain a deeper appreciation for the natural world. Salt and lemons, humble gifts from the earth, serve as potent reminders of the resources we have at our fingertips. They connect us to something elemental, something timeless. In using these natural materials, we're reminded of the cycles of renewal that exist all around us, the ebb and flow of energy, the constant opportunity for fresh starts. It's a gentle nudge to respect and honor the simplicity and abundance of the world we live in. Another profound lesson from this ritual is the idea of releasing what no longer serves us. When we discard the used lemons and salt after a few days, we're engaging in a symbolic act of letting go. We're saying goodbye to the negativity, the stagnation, and the weight that has been holding us back. It's a physical manifestation of an emotional and spiritual process, one that invites us to embrace the new with open arms. This act of release is powerful, reminding us that we are not defined by what we hold on to. We can choose to let go, to cleanse, and to make space for what truly matters. The ritual also fosters a sense of gratitude. As we engage with these simple materials and the process itself, we're reminded to appreciate the small blessings in our lives. Gratitude shifts our perspective, helping us focus on what is good and uplifting. When we place those bowls of salted lemons in the corners of our homes, we're not just cleansing a space, we're cultivating a mindset of thankfulness. This shift in perspective can have a profound impact on how we experience our day-to-day lives, encouraging us to approach each moment with a sense of wonder and appreciation. Perhaps most importantly, this practice invites us to reflect on the importance of intention. Everything about this ritual, selecting the materials, preparing the space, placing the bowls, and setting an intention, requires us to act with purpose. It's a reminder that intention is the foundation of meaningful action. When we approach our spaces and our lives with care and purpose, we create an environment that supports our highest well-being. It's not just about what we do, but how we do it. The mindfulness we bring to this ritual can ripple into other areas of our lives, encouraging us to live with greater awareness and authenticity. Sarah's experience, and the lessons it imparts, resonate because they're universal. We've all felt the weight of a heavy atmosphere, the strain of a cluttered mind, or the need for a fresh start. This ritual offers a simple yet profound way to address those feelings, reminding us that transformation doesn't have to be complicated. It can start with something as small as a pinch of salt, a slice of lemon, and the willingness to care for our space. In the end, the true magic of this practice lies not just in the physical changes it brings, but in the deeper connection it fosters, with our homes, with the natural world, and with ourselves. It's a practice that reminds us of the beauty in simplicity, the power of intention, and the incredible potential for renewal that exists in every moment. By caring for our spaces, we're not just creating cleaner, lighter environments, we're creating lives filled with clarity, peace, and purpose. And that, perhaps, is the greatest transformation of all. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to take a moment to reflect on the beauty of what we've uncovered. The power of salt and lemons is not just in their physical properties but in the way they invite us to care for our spaces, our minds, and our spirits. These humble ingredients remind us that transformation doesn't have to be grand or complicated, it can begin with the simplest of steps. Guided by intention and an open heart. Imagine the possibilities as you embrace this ritual in your own home. Picture the corners of your space softly illuminated by the presence of salt and lemons, quietly working their magic. Think about the moments of peace you'll create for yourself as you prepare and place them, grounding yourself in the present and focusing on what truly matters. These small acts of care may seem unassuming, but they carry a powerful message: your well-being is worth the effort, and your home deserves to reflect the light and positivity you hold within. If you've been inspired, why not try it for yourself? It costs almost nothing but has the potential to bring priceless benefits. Perhaps you'll notice a shift in the air, a newfound lightness or clarity. Maybe your mood will feel brighter, your sleep more restful, or your connection to your space more profound. These are the gifts that come when we pause to nurture our environments, creating sanctuaries that support and uplift us. When you try this ritual, I encourage you to take a moment to observe the changes. What did you notice? Did the atmosphere feel different? Did you sense a new energy flowing through your home? And how did it make you feel? Calmer, more focused, or simply more at ease? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your journey could be the spark that inspires someone else to begin their own exploration of this practice. Together, we can build a community of positivity and renewal, encouraging one another to care for our spaces and ourselves. Even if this practice feels small, remember that small steps often lead to the most profound transformations. It's not about perfection or immediate results, it's about showing up with intention and allowing the process to unfold naturally. Each slice of lemon, each sprinkle of salt, is a reminder that change is always possible, and that you have the power to create it. Thank you for joining me in exploring this ritual. Your presence and curiosity means so much. And I hope this video has offered you a sense of inspiration and possibility. If it has, consider giving this video a thumbs up or sharing it with someone who might need a little light in their life. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for more insights, stories, and practices that bring peace and balance into our lives. As you go about your day, may you carry this practice with you, not just as a way to cleanse your home, but as a reminder of the importance of care, intention, and connection. Start today with a handful of salt, a slice of lemon, and an open heart. Your sanctuary awaits, ready to reflect the peace and positivity you've always had within.